Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. I am Gloria Atta. Welcome. Media Rights Agenda has condemned the directive issued by the National Broadcasting Commission to radio and television stations across the country not to broadcast the song Tell Your Papa by Nigerian rapper Eedris Abdulkareem, describing it as a blatant abuse of regulatory power, a violation of constitutional rights, and a dangerous affront to freedom of expression. Recall that the NBC, in a directive dated April 9, 2025, claimed that the song is therefore classified as not to be broadcast (NTBB) as it violates Section 318 of the Nigeria Broadcasting Code. However, in a statement issued in Lagos by its program officer, Ayomide Eweje, Media Rights Agenda described Section 318 of the Nigeria Broadcasting Code as nebulous, observing that the provision merely states that a program or musical content classified as not to be broadcast (NTBB) shall not be broadcast without stating any basis for such classification. What kind of content qualifies for not to be broadcast status, or under what circumstances a program or musical content can be classified as NTBB. Meanwhile, the controversial ban seems to have popularized the song, as Nigerians are now inquisitive to know what warranted the ban. The song has become a major hit and gained wide acceptance across Nigeria and Africa over the past week due to its relatable content, which reflects the present reality of many Nigerian citizens. Meanwhile, Nigerian musician Eedris Abdulkareem has berated President Bola Tinubu'S administration as a vindictive, insensitive, and destructive government, failing on all fronts following the National Broadcasting Commission's ban of his new song, Tell Your Papa, which criticizes the Tinubu-led government. Mr. Abdulkareem, in a Facebook post on Thursday, shared the NBC statement banning his song and described President Tinubu as one of the most insensitive, vindictive, and destructive leaders to govern Nigeria. Lamenting the unprecedented cost of living crisis and economic downturn under President Tinubu's watch, the musician said, just under 2 years of Tinubu's presidency, the results are just frighteningly abysmal from all fronts, adding that this is a fact known by all Nigerians, irrespective of religion, tribe, and political affiliations, except for the few happy slaves groveling for crumbs from their paymaster's table. Meanwhile, the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, has shut down its national secretariat, popularly known as Buhari House, following the killing of its Director of Administration, Honorable Abdulrauf Adekunle Adeniji. The deceased, who was kidnapped weeks ago, was reportedly killed last month. The kidnappers were said to have concealed the news of his killing, even while still negotiating for the payment of a 50 million naira ransom. The APC memo titled Secretariat Closure for the Mourning of the Director of Administration advised all the staff to use the period of mourning for sober reflection and prayers for the family of the loved ones. May his soul rest in peace. Just when the House of Representatives rescinded its decision on the second reading of a bill for an act to remove the impunity conferred on the Vice President, state governors, and their deputies, a senator representing Ogun East, Gbenga Daniel, says governors and their deputies abuse the immunity their offices enjoy, hence the need for an amendment of Section 308 of Nigeria's 1999 Constitution, which shields them from civil and criminal prosecution. Clearview News' Imefunokon has the details.
42 constitutional amendment bills scheduled second reading in the House of Representatives on March 27, 2025, including that of the removal of immunity conferred on the Vice President, governors and their deputies. The bill was said to be introduced to curb corruption, eradicate impunity, and enhance accountability in public office. However, The House has rescinded passage of the second reading, saying the rescission is based on the need to subject the certain provisions of the bill to debate. Speaking on a political paradigm program, the current senator representing Ogun East, who served as governor of the state between May 2003 and May 2011, Benga Daniel, wants governors, deputy governors to face prosecution while in office.
Immunity has the good side, but to a large extent, I think some of our elected governors appear to have abused it in terms of some of the things they do. Some of them virtually have turned the state into their personal fiefdom, and they think the property of the state belongs to them. They can do it whichever way they want without even recourse to the House of Assembly. So it has become that bad that if you are not careful, because of this immunity, some of our contemporaries and people seem to be abusing it. What is the solution? It's neither here nor there. There are arguments for, there are arguments against. But if you ask me my heart of heart, I think that only the president and the vice president should be allowed to have absolute immunity so that they can concentrate and so that nobody will be embarrassing the symbol of the country in the international environment for sometimes what can be flimsy. I think that the governors and the deputies should have their immunity clarified. Probably, yes, they cannot be, they have immunity from what you can call criminal prosecution. But there are other things that is not criminal. There's no reason why they should not be held accountable while in office.
Benga Daniel also spoke on his relationship with former Vice President Atiku Abubakar while sharing his thought on the latter's presidential ambition.
I think even while I was working for Atiku Abubakar, he knew my relationship with Ashwaju. That is not hidden anywhere. And there was no time, even in that structure, that I would say anything against Ashwaju. You know where I've come from? I'm a progressive. What we saw in Atiku at that time was that he had what you can call, between the two of them that were running, he had a better national spread in terms of where he's coming from. He's married to his first wife is Mrs. Titi Abubakar from Elisha, who had his first son. He had another wife from the east. He had another wife from where he comes from. So when you look at it, even his background, you could say that he's more cosmopolitan. And I felt he had what you can call a better appreciation of the country, Nigeria.
Meanwhile, the chairman of the Center for Accountability and Open Leadership, Debo Adediran, said the proposal of the bill was bound to fail because it mentioned only the removal of the immunity clause for the vice president and the deputy governors. Imefonokon reporting for Cleric News.
An Islamic cleric and the national chairman of the Council of Ulama, Dr. Ibrahim Jalingo, has endorsed the death penalty for religious faithful who renounce their religion. In a strongly worded statement shared on his official Facebook page on Thursday, Jalingo openly defended a hadith prescribing the death penalty for apostates and accused critics of hadith literature of what he described as compound ignorance. The cleric made the statement in response to criticisms questioning the authenticity of the hadith, alleging that it contradicts the Quran. A hadith is a report of the saints, actions or approvals of the Prophet Muhammad. It serves as a key source of guidance in Islam, second only to the Quran. In his post, Jalingo launched a detailed theological rebuttal against what he described as fabricators attempting to discredit the hadith. The cleric's post has since gone viral across social media, drawing both support and backlash. While some hardline followers praise him for defending Islam, other Muslim voices have condemned the remarks as dangerous and inflammatory. In a surprising turn of events, Nigerian musician Portable has taken to social media to showcase his new music, donning female clothing and dancing in a bold display of self-expression. This move comes after a highly publicized exchange between Portable and Bobrisky, a popular Nigerian drag queen, which sparked a heated debate about masculinity and freedom of expression. Observers are now speculating that Portable's latest move may be a nod to Bobrisky's unapologetic confidence and freedom to be himself. Some are even suggesting that Portable may have been inspired by Bobrisky's fearless approach to self-expression. As Portable promotes his new music, fans and followers are eagerly discussing the implications of his bold new look. One thing is certain. Meanwhile, Portable's decision has sparked a conversation about creativity, identity, and the boundaries of self-expression in the music industry. And that's the news. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for joining us. I am Gloria Atta. Have a wonderful weekend.